How does the Copper Golem sort items in Minecraft? The Copper Golem is a new mob in the Copper Age drop or the Fall drop. It can sort items from the Copper chest into chest or trap chest. In this video, I will explain how they sort items. How to get the Copper Golem. First, to get a Copper Golem, a carved pumpkin or jack-o'-lantern has to be placed on a copper block, and this will spawn a Copper Golem. The Copper Golem will spawn in the place of the carved pumpkin, and the Copper chest will spawn at the spot of the copper block. Copper chests can also be crafted with 8 copper ingots and a chest in the crafting table. The golem in the chest will be the same oxidation of the copper block, and if the block is waxed, neither will be waxed, so they will still oxidize. How does the Copper Golem sort items? The Copper Golem will have a range of 65 by 17 by 65 area. This area will be centered around the golem. The Copper Golem will visit the nearest copper chest. Oxidation doesn't matter. It will take 3 seconds to stop and examine the chest. There will be an animation of the golem opening the chest and looking inside. Copper Golem will take 16 items it first finds. It will keep checking different copper chests if it is empty. You will see an animation of the Copper Golem's head turning if there are no items in the chest. The golem will remember 10 copper chests it has visited. If it doesn't find an item, it will wander for 7 seconds, forgets which copper chest it has checked, and starts over. If it is holding an item, it will visit the nearest chest or trap chest and put an item in there. This will take 3 seconds. If the chest is empty or contains the same item, the golem will add it. This is really important as the golem can only add items when the chest is empty or already has those items. So once the chest has items, it can't add anything and will be stuck holding the item. If the golem can't add to the chest, it will go to the nearest chest it hasn't visited. Similarly with the copper chest, it will remember 10 chests, and if it cannot add items, it will wander for 7 seconds before resetting. The golem will forget all the chests it has visited when it has successfully added an item. Golems will try to add items to the leftmost slot and will add items to a stack that is the leftmost position. It is similar to the hoppers in the way it adds items to a chest. Copper golems will mark the chest as visited if it can no longer be opened. For example, a cat is sitting on the chest or it has been destroyed. Golems can only interact with chest, trap chest, and copper chest. They cannot interact with ender chest, minecart chest, boats with chest, or any other container. In conclusion, I want to go through some things about the golem. First, the position of the chest and copper chests are important, as the golem will go for the closest chest. If it adds items to a chest, it will reset and may go back to a random chest in the middle of the series of chests. If you want to sort specific items, you will probably have to add the item to the chest first, and the golem will continue to add that item. If you have random items in your chest with the items for sorting, you're probably going to need to find a way to get those items deposited into an empty chest. I would suggest putting the chest farthest away from the copper chest, maybe having a hopper underneath to another chest that the golem can't open, putting slabs above it. You can use more than 10 chests or 10 copper chests, but the golem can only remember 10 chests, so we'll just keep checking or trying to add items to the same chests. Copper golems will be useful for sorting. It's just like anything in Minecraft. You have to understand how they work and how to use them for what you want.